If you just started to code and you're considering dropping it, I suggest you watch this video.
Not okay. It's having such a hard day today.
I almost quit weeks into when I started. I was always seeing errors I couldn't understand, copying and pasting code, and not understanding what it does. Using Stack Overflow, but still lost. Not going to lie, learning to code was tough for me. But before it got tough, it was fun for a minute. Let me tell you how. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Susan here. Today I'll be sharing with you how I almost quit coding and what I did differently to get me off the quitting path. I started teaching myself to code in December 2014 at the University of Lagos. We had just finished final exams and I started using the laptop I had to go through this website called Codecademy. It was so exciting for me, and I found it this exciting because I had done 2 courses in school on coding that were nothing close to exciting. I was bored out of my mind in these classes. They were C++ classes, by the way.
What?
Anyway, I kept learning HTML and CSS on Codecademy. Around March 2015, I then joined a bootcamp. I only had 2 weeks in this bootcamp to learn as much as possible and stay there to keep learning and potentially get a job. Now, I studied electrical engineering in school, and of course, I had to study hard, but at this bootcamp, I studied way harder. What made it tough was that I had to learn JavaScript at a much faster pace. It was no longer self-paced for me. There was a lot of pressure to grab things fast and build something small with what you'd learned. I felt intimidated in bootcamp because, of course, many people in this bootcamp weren't exactly beginners and they kind of rubbed it in our faces. I was able to scale through the bootcamp, but I still struggled with building some apps. I would build API endpoints, but I wouldn't understand the reason they were written, how they were, though I knew exactly what they did. I was tired and frustrated and really questioned my own abilities. At some point, I had to build a weather app using JavaScript. This was a simple app which would take in a city as input and make an API call and return the weather condition of the city to the user. On this project, I struggled with making calls to the API. Of course, I knew I had to create CRUD operations on the server and test them on Postman to see that the endpoints work as they should. For those who don't know what CRUD means, they are create, read, update, and delete operations that add to, remove from, fetch from, or modify the database. I had a deadline to submit this the next day and my server wasn't working. This was the last straw and I was really ready to quit at this point. Postman kept returning 404 errors at the time and I didn't know what else to do. Neither did I know it was a problem with the request. All I knew was that this project wasn't working and my project would be an epic fail if I did not try to figure out what the issue was. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so that you get more videos like this. I finally reached out to a senior developer who immediately offered to help. This is something I wish I did sooner. He explained to me how the code worked and how the routes were not properly configured well, which made the Postman request keep failing. Believe me, I've never felt this enlightened before. I kept asking myself why I didn't ask for help sooner. I understood in minutes what I had been trying to learn for days. Maybe if ChatGPT was present then, I'd have not been in this situation. But the bottom line is, asking for help was literally what got me out of almost quitting learning how to code. I hope you learned something from this video. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe and click on the post notifications to get more videos like this. I will see you in the next video. Bye.